Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, today we're going to take a pre-made box and I'm going to show you a very simple way to cover it and turn it into something very useful. Stay tuned. Y'all, welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers. Thank you all so much for the wonderful ways in which you support me and my channel. You probably have some pre-made boxes. They can be boxes that you've purchased. I have these boxes that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree over the years. Or you might have a whole bunch of shoe boxes. Don't let those go to waste, because you can turn them into home decor, you can turn them into storage for your craft studio, and I'm going to show you a very quick and easy way to cover it. So I'm going to bring this one in because it is so stinking cute. This is actually a paint or a Mod Podge storage for me, and I'm going to show you how I made this one. And today's video will be a process video, so you'll be able to take the process and use it on any size box that you might have. But this is such an awesome way of being able to store certain things. You can actually store 16 bottles of paint or those Mod Podge bottles that come in a size like this. Y'all, this is super easy, and look at how beautiful it is. So grab those plain old boxes that you might have and let's turn them into something beautiful and useful. I'm going to flip to my overhead camera so we can get started on covering our box. Alright y'all, so this is going to be a process video. So the measurements that I'm giving you will be based on the box size that I'm working with, but you can follow this process to cover any size box. So we're not going to disassemble the box, we're going to cover it in its natural shape. My box is 8.5 by 6 and it's 3 inches high. This is just a cheapo box that I've had from the Dollar Tree, and I've thought about covering it for a long time. So this is going to be a great little way for you to make an organizer for some of the paints or the Mod Podge bottles that you might have on your desk or in your work area. So here's how I'm going to do this. So I know that it's 3 inches high on each side, and I want a fold over of 1/4 of an inch. So all I'm going to do is take the 3 inches on this side and this side, plus another 1.5 inches, so that I'll have that 1/4 inch fold over on the inside, and add it to how wide my box is, so I'll know how to cover it. So I know that this is 6, so I'll be adding the 3 from both sides. That'll give me 12. Then I'll add the 1.5 inches that I'll need to fold over on the inside. That's going to give me 13.5 this way. So then I do the same thing the long way. I know that this is 8.5. I know that I need to add 3 this way and 3 this way, so when I add that 6, that gives me 14.5. Then I need to add 1.5 so that I'll have that 1/4 inch fold over. So 14.5 plus 1.5 is 16. So I know that I need 13.5 by 16 in order to be able to cover this the way that I want. So y'all, that's the process that you would follow if you want to do this project. So all I'm going to do at this point, because I want to make sure that I have enough paper, I'm using wrapping paper. And so I'm going to take my ruler, and that's 12 inches there. Then I need to bring it over another 1.5 inches. I'm just going to make myself a little mark. So that's going to be my 13. And I'm just going to eyeball how I do this, y'all. I'm not going to be too exact on this. So I'm going to place that down. And then I'll just use the edge here so that I can tear my paper. And like I said, it's not going to be exact, but it will be close enough. So if you have a favorite wrapping paper, go ahead and pull that out, because it will come in handy for this type project. So I am going to take this piece. We know we need 16, so I'm going to put that there. Just make a little mark right there because that's 12. And I'll line that 12 up there. And I need to go over 4. And that's going to give me my 16. And then I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to tear. And this time it's easy because I can tear right along that mark. And so now that we have it down, we should be able to take this and pretty much place it in the center. I'm just going to start sliding it over until I get that fold over that I want. All right, so once you pretty much have it the way that you want it, I am just going to make myself a little mark here and a little mark there. And I'll show you the marks. I made marks right there so that I will know where to place my box. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tape, and we're going to place tape on the bottom of the box. That way we can go ahead and get the box situated. This will not be a hard process, you guys, I promise. So I'm just going to peel away my tape backers. I'll bring my box back in. I'm going to take my tape to hold this in place while I put the box down. So I am just going to follow those little marks that I made. Again, I'm not going for perfection. So now I have that down. I'll flip it over and get it stuck. So now to determine how you need to cut your slits, you're just going to take this and at the corner, fold in and fold up, and then pinch. So it is sort of like wrapping those Christmas presents, but we're going to get rid of some of that bulk. And then we just go all the way around doing the same thing. So we basically pull it tight here, and then we take this piece and just take your finger and press down on the inside while you're doing this. And you want to make sure that your corners match like that. We do this all the way around, and then take this piece and pull it down like this. Take this piece and just bring it up so that your edges meet, and you'll have a chance to correct any mistakes that you have in this once we get ready to do what we're going to be doing. So now we'll stand it up like this. Let's fold that piece over, and then we're going to take this piece and just fold it up until we have matching corners. And so then once we have all 4 sides done, it's going to look like this. We're going to take our finger blade, and right here you're going to have this point to point fold, and you're just going to cut from point to point like that. And then you'll take your finger blade, and where you have this crease, you're simply going to cut and remove that corner piece. So right now your piece is going to look like this. We're going to go ahead and do this on all 4 sides. So here is that corner to corner center point. Let's go ahead and cut that. Then here is this fold. I'm going to make that fold happen tighter. So I am just going to take my finger blade and cut. We'll do the same thing on this side. There's that corner to corner. Let's go ahead and cut. And then we're going to go ahead and cut down this corner line like that. And we do the same thing here. There's that corner to corner. Let's go ahead and cut through. And then we simply cut down this way. So I really want to stress that this is not going to be perfect, y'all, but we're going to have something really nice when we're done. So now we want to take these side pieces here, and let's just go ahead and fold them in like that. You want them to look like this. Now we're just going to take this, bring it up, and fold it over. And there's a reason to this madness. So we're going to fold it over and get that crease. Now we can open it, and we need to remove these two corner pieces right here. So I am just going to cut through, and then I'll cut in at an angle here. So what we're doing is we're getting our adhesive flaps, and we'll cut in at an angle here. I can go ahead and just cut in at an angle and cut in at an angle here. And then you want to test it to make sure that when you pull up, it's on the side. When you pull up, it's on the side. So we do the same thing on this end. We're going to take these little corner points, fold them in, and crease. What did I do? What did I do? And then we'll fold this one in and crease. Y'all, I actually made a mistake when I cut. I wanted both of my flaps to be on the end pieces, but when I cut, one of my flaps is here, one of my flaps is here. No biggie. We can fix it. So when we fold in, we're just going to have to do this twice. We bring it up, and we fold over. And then I am just going to remove this corner piece here by doing an angle in there and an angle in here. And we do the same thing here. So I really wanted both of these pieces to be here so that I could fold over. But when I was cutting out my point to points, I cut in the wrong direction. So see, things happen, and we just have to adapt. So now we have this piece, we fold it over, and we do the same thing. So we're going to fold it in right there, and then we're going to remove that corner piece. So even though I made that little boo-boo, that is not a biggie because we are now ready to put it together. And it really is going to be as simple as taking our pieces and folding them over, because now everything should fit like a puzzle. So we just pull up and fold over. And for this, y'all, I'm just going to use my tape. And I'm just going to place tape here. Be careful so that you don't tear your wrapping paper. So I'm being very, very gentle with how I'm putting down my tape. But the key is you want all of these flaps to go down first. So just pull up nice and tight. Take this piece and place it down. And then we take this piece and we put it on the inside. Then I'll do the same thing here. Then I'll take my tape and I'm just going to add my tape on these pieces. Then I'll take this piece. Y'all, I'm going to pull up, pull over to the side, pull over to this side, and then I fold over. Then we're going to take these side pieces we just add our tape, making sure that I get a good amount of tape along the end so that that lays nice and flat. Now I can take this, pull up, and pull over. And then we do the same thing with our last one. We pull up, over, and get that nice and stuck. And so there, y'all, we have a beautifully covered box. Now I'm going to show you how we can take this and create the insert so that you'll have a nice little shelf to be able to place your Mod Podge or paint bottles, whatever you want to put in it. But it's going to give you so much more room, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So now I know that this is 6 inches across. I'm going to take a piece of chipboard, and I'm going to start by cutting that chipboard at 6 inches. Then I'm going to take the chipboard and just try to place it in without forcing it. And I can see that it's just a little bit too wide. So I am going to take off about a 1/16 of an inch. So we'll take this and we'll see what type fit we have. And y'all, I am okay with this fit. So now what I want to do is I want to join 2 pieces of chipboard together because I really do want a very sturdy shelf. So I am just going to take these 2, put them together, and then I'll trim off because I know that one is longer than the other. But I can use the shorter piece as my cut guide. I'm just going to trim away this excess. And so now I'm just going to take my tape and I'm going to place some tape. And I'm going to grab some wrapping paper. If you're doing a large project like this, wrapping paper really is the way to go, because then you don't have to worry about whether or not your paper is big enough. So I am just going to trim off and I don't want any on the ends because I want the chipboard to actually hit the side. So now I can take this, fold it over, fold this over, and y'all will have a nice little shelf. So I am just going to take this piece of tape place that down and fold that over. And now I can take my tape runner, add some tape to this piece, and place it down. And so now we'll be able to take our little shelf and place it in like that. So what I'm going to do is take a bottle of paint and a bottle of Mod Podge because I want to make sure that they're going to fit top and bottom, and they do. I'm just going to leave those in there for right now. I'm going to take my handy dandy reptile adhesive, place adhesive on the chipboard, the raw edge of the chipboard, and then we're going to place these in. Those of you who've watched my videos for a while, you know that this is something that I do a lot, and I have never had a problem with my stick failing. So I am just going to take this and we're just going to put it into place like that. Then I'm going to look at it just to make sure that I have what I think is straightness. Still think I can get that just a little bit more. And I could have put glue along the back side, and I didn't, but if you want to add some glue along the back side as you press it in against the back of the box, you can do that as well. This glue on the side, the fit is already nice and tight that I don't have any concerns about this coming unstuck or moving. So we just need to let this dry, and then we're going to have a nice little shelf for paint bottles and Mod Podge bottles. All right, y'all, so our little storage box is nice and dry, and as you can see, I do have some paint bottles on the inside. You're actually able to double up, so I can get 4 in the bottom in the back and 4 in the front. So I can get 8 bottles on each shelf. So with my box size being 8.5 by 6 by 3, y'all, I'm able to store 16 bottles, and I think that's pretty good. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot of paint. I probably have about 12, maybe 13 bottles of paint. So I'll go back out and put my paint bottles in this. But you don't have to put paint bottles in here. You can make one of these for the bathroom. Put some of your personal items in here. You can store nail polishes on here. So many different things that you can do, but that's just a wonderful way and a quick way of being able to take one of those pre-made boxes and cover it. So before I go, I want to remind you that the August paper crafting kits are on sale now, as well as a couple of new digital paper packs that I have uploaded. So go out to my website and check out some of the things that I have to offer. You might just find something you like. Y'all, thanks so much for stopping by, and if you've enjoyed this quick way of covering a pre-made box, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.